Thank you, Jim. Well, the Gulf Coast feeling the effects of Hurricane Laura, which made landfall as a Category 4 storm sweeping onto the Gulf Coast. It has since been downgraded to a tropical storm, but it is leaving its mark. Major flooding and damage in parts of Louisiana this morning. Elsewhere in that state, Laura causing a fire at a chemical plant, forcing neighbors to shelter in place. At least 2 people have been killed. ABC's Marla Carter has the latest.
Laura tearing into the Gulf Coast overnight, making landfall as a powerful Category 4 hurricane in Cameron, Louisiana, about 35 miles west of the Texas border, bringing with it maximum sustained winds of 150 miles per hour, making Laura the most powerful windstorm to make landfall in Louisiana in 164 years.
This is the eye wall. You can see how visibility is going to zero now.
The storm hit in the middle of the night, but as the sun came up, images of the devastating damage emerged. Streets flooded, power lines toppled, trucks tossed like toys. The damage extended further west across the state line into Texas. Over 500,000 people in Texas and Louisiana forced to evacuate as Laura strengthened in the Gulf.
We had, I know, well over 5,000, maybe as many as 10,000 people who evacuated, and especially for those in the Port Arthur and Orange and Beaumont areas, it could have been a lifesaver.
Officials had warned the potential 20-foot storm surge would be unsurvivable.
I think we're in a fortunate place when we think about surge. I think it was less than we had forecasted, but we're going to see significant wind damage to buildings.
Ashley Thomas and her family rode out the storm at home.
Family in our home underneath the kitchen table, and after being under the kitchen table for about 5 minutes, we lost our roof.
Louisiana's lieutenant governor spoke with some of those residents who chose not to leave.
I spoke to a family around 50 miles from the coast, and they said they will never ride out a storm again.
Laura has now become deadly. A tree fell on the house of a 14-year-old girl in Louisiana, taking her life. The storm has now been downgraded to a Category 1 hurricane. In Orange, Texas, Marla Carter, ABC News. Back to you.